let's talk Saints and Patriots here. Noon kickoff in the Dome. Point spread, as I'm looking at it right now, New England -3.5 in that game. And this is one, as I talked about yesterday, that you looked at in July, August, camp time, and you're like, okay, that's a spot. You've got that little window, a little pocket where the Giants and Patriots come to the Dome. That can be a spot where you can kind of get your season on track. You knew things could get bumpy early for sure. Probably not going to be a favorite against the Cardinals. San Francisco going to come in there with a really good roster. Then you got to go on the road. Seattle, you got to go to Buffalo. Like, that's going to be bumpy. But you get the Giants and you get the Patriots. And the Saints whipped the Giants last weekend. I mean, the defense just was everywhere, getting turnovers. They ran the ball pretty well. Rattler finally hit the deep ball. Like, they played as good a game as they had played all year, and they took control of that game and beat the Giants, who, look, the Giants played great last night. So that's a nice win, and you thought this was going to be kind of another edition of that. And it's not. This Patriots team is better than those Giants. Drake Maye has really built on the finish to last year and has been really strong this year. And so they got a big upset road win last weekend. They got to hit the road again. And this is a Patriots franchise that's really hit reset and done a very nice job. It's a lot of folks are programmed, I would say, to just default to the Patriots have always been great because they were great for so long. But when Brady left and then Belichick at the end there, like, that thing fell off a cliff. You'll remember that Saints team that went up to Foxborough a couple years ago, and I mean just annihilated New England. They were rock bottom. But they got the coach in place, and Vrabel's doing a good job. They've got a quarterback that's figuring things out. And now there's a lot of optimism in Foxborough, and it's kind of an inspiration, I would say, to where the Saints are. Like, you just got to get two spots right. And the Patriots had $150 million in cap space, which the Saints certainly don't have, but could work in that direction if you make sound decisions here in the short term. Things will start to free up as contracts come off the book. And the Patriots have turned it around, and they're now looking like a team that very well could be a playoff team. So that's encouraging from a Saints perspective. In the one sense, you're like, oh, that's the team that figured it out. It's discouraging in the fact that, well, this is a better team than you thought coming to the Dome here in Week 6. To me, as we talked about yesterday, this is a Patriots team that has been a little bit vulnerable to the pass. And the Saints are not good throwing the football. They're bottom 5 in the NFL in passing efficiency and offense. And so you don't figure that the Saints are going to take a lot of advantage of that. But the best way they can do it is to create numbers advantages there. And you create numbers advantages in the passing game when you commit to running the ball and you force defenses to try to take that away. Now, New England's good at that, but I expect the Saints to run the football early and often in this game. I don't know how much of that's Taysom Hill. And truthfully, I don't know how much of it is Alvin Kamara, because Alvin Kamara was limited in practice on Wednesday. He's got a bit of an ankle injury. Maybe he's not ready for 18 carries in this game. And that means Kendre Miller may get as extensive a workload as he's gotten in his young career. And I'm excited about that. Kendre Miller, I saw a statistic on the internet today, is tops in the NFL in forced missed tackles as far as percentage goes. He doesn't have enough carries to be there as far as the entire league goes, but if you do it on a per carry basis, Kendre Miller is making some guys miss. He's showing some burst. He's lowering his shoulders. He's doing a nice job in the ground game and with his touches in the passing game. And I think you're going to see a pretty hefty dose to Kendre Miller in this game. And hopefully the Saints can kind of prod at that Mike Vrabel defense, and they can create some numbers advantages in the passing game. And then you can see a step forward again from Spencer Rattler throwing the football. It could be tough sledding for this Saints offense if that ground game doesn't get going. That's what you have to hope for. When you flip sides of the ball, you do get Chase Young back in this game. I don't know how much of Chase Young you get in this game, but he's back. And hopefully he can give you some juice. Cam Jordan and Carl Granderson have done a nice job, but Chase Young is the most physically gifted player on that entire defense. So to have him to be able to affect Drake Maye, I think is a big deal in this game. You've got to affect Drake Maye. You can't just let him sit there and start to go to work. He's starting to find a rhythm. He looks better than he has at any point in his year and a half. And if you get that guy comfortable, it's going to be a tough day. But you saw if you can get a young quarterback and kind of speed him up a little bit, which they did with Jackson Dart, who's younger than Drake Maye last week, mistakes can come. You're at home, got an opportunistic defense. That turnovers to me are the key for New Orleans in this game, because New Orleans 1-53 is not as good as New England. But you erase that and negate that if you can create a couple short fields, maybe get a red zone turnover here or there. I'm not asking for 5 again. I'm not asking for 4 consecutive series. I'm asking for 2. Create 2. Without that, I think it's a tough day. With that, I think you give yourself absolutely a chance in this game. I don't mean to talk New England up like they're some juggernaut, but they're better than I thought they were going to be. And so for New Orleans to win this game, I think it's the ground game leading to the air attack, and then defensively, it's getting a turnover here or there. I think the energy in the Dome is going to be pretty good. We talked about that last week. You just needed to get that first win. And now, like, that Giants win looks a little better after what they did on Thursday Night Football against Philly. So you got a little bit of good vibes, you got a little bit of good energy. Spencer Rattler's got the monkey off his back of like, hey, you've never won a start. Kellen Moore's got his first win. You're at home. I get the sense that the Saints come out and play well in the first half of this game. The second half is where I have my doubts, and I think that's where the better 1-53 starts to impose its will, starts to assert itself, and probably takes over somewhere late in the third quarter into the fourth quarter. I do have the Patriots winning this game. I've got it 28-17, New England. I think this is a game the Saints might even lead early. I think this game goes to the half. It's a one-score game here or there. I think the Patriots get it done late in the game. But it's a great barometer for New Orleans. I talked about this with the game against Arizona to start because I think that New England is probably just above league average. This is not Buffalo. This is not, to me, a team at the top of the NFL. This is a team somewhere in the middle. Where do you stack up? You stacked up pretty well with Arizona on your home field. I think Seattle is right there in the middle of the league, and you didn't stack up with them on the road. This is at home. Good barometer. If you're in this game late, I think that's an encouraging thing. You win this game, that's great. You get punked, you start to think about, well, they did win that game, but they got 5 turnovers, and that's not a sustainable way to win football games. I think it's probably somewhere in the middle of that. I think that the Saints lose this game by 11 points, 2 scores, but hopefully they are competitive. We'll certainly be talking about it coming up on Monday's show. Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.